I'm worried about Snowflake. I'm sorry. So I did not go to Cancun this week, A, because I wouldn't get on an airplane if my life depended on it right now, and B, because we had 5 inches of snow, and I am not deserting my fans on my YouTube channel by running off to Cancun when I should be home making videos for you guys. But Snowflake in the little window, and he's shivering. I'm John Beilfuss, executive chef of Lula's Louisiana Cookhouse here in beautiful Owasso, Michigan. And today I do have a great recipe, a New Orleans style dish that I made a few years ago for Lent. I was working with some Irish dishes. New Orleans this up a little bit. So let me get in the kitchen and show you how to put together this awesome cod with crawfish sauce. Here's everything you're going to need to make my fabulous cod with crawfish sauce for Lent. Let's start by making the sauce. 1/4 cup of flour and 1/4 cup of butter, 2½ cups of warm milk, a cup of crawfish tail meat. Now, I rough chopped this. If you had small crawfish, I would leave them whole. These are pretty big, so I rough chopped them. A teaspoon of Creole seasoning. Of course, I'm using my Lula's Creole seasoning, available on our website. A pinch of nutmeg, some tomato paste. Now I've got 2 4-ounce loins of cod in a baking dish. You could use any firm white fish that you might have or that you like. I use cod because I love cod. I've got some panko and some shredded cheddar cheese. So let's start by making our sauce. We're going to start with our 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And we're just going to melt this over medium heat. This is starting off as a basic bechamel sauce. And once our butter is all melted, we're going to whisk in our flour. I'm going to make a white roux, and all I want to do here is just cook out the raw flour taste, which is just a couple minutes of stirring. Then we're going to go ahead and whisk in our hot milk. Now we want to bring this to the boil. Don't want to go too hot because we want to make sure we don't burn that bottom. Now this has been about a minute, and you can see it's already starting to thicken up nicely. So now we're going to add a teaspoon of my Lula's Creole seasoning. I'm going to add a tablespoon. I'm going to start with a tablespoon of this tomato paste. A certain color I'm going for, so let's see if I get there. And that's about where I want it. I don't want it much redder than that. I want the crawfish to show. So now we're just going to turn off the burner, whisk it again to make sure nothing's sticking. Whisk in our crawfish. I'm going to taste for seasoning. I'm going to add just a little bit more of my Creole seasoning. And that's that for the sauce. So now with my sauce, I ended up adding up to about a tablespoon total of the Creole seasoning to get it flavored the way I wanted to, and added my nutmeg. I did give it just a little bit more milk because it got a little thick. So now we're going to take about 1/3 cup of the sauce. I'm going to put it right over my fish. I'm going to top that with panko. Sprinkle a little cheddar cheese on top. We don't want to make this a cheese dish. We just really want some nice color of cheese melted on top. And now I'm going to just chip a little bit of butter right on top of it. And I'm going to pop this in a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes until that cod is done. Let's admit, whatever side of the, equation you're on, Ted Cruz has done some odd stuff over the years, but I never thought it would be animal control that would get him. And there we go. That was 20 minutes in a 350-degree oven. I've topped it with a little green onion, sliced green onion, and this is going to make a fantastic lunch or dinner. Please enjoy. Hey, thanks again for watching another exciting episode of Scratch Cook with John. We'll be back soon with more dishes from all around the world.